The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement, still gaming into their elder years. This is the Dads That Game radio podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wolf and William Small.
Welcome to the Dads That Game radio podcast, the longest running podcast about dads that game there is. I don't know if that's true or not.
I was about to say, are you sure? Do you know those numbers?
I wish I did. It would make me seem more educated when I just take shots in the dark like that.
That's all right.
So, yeah, there's that. Welcome to the show. It's show 121. We have a lot to talk about today. Whew.
Busy.
Yeah, busy week. Whew. Please visit our website, www.noobsandpros.com. You know how I know you're not going to the website? Because there's a message board. And the only person that's left a message is me. So thanks for that, jerks. That's right. I'm going to start insulting people. I figured I've tried to be nice to people. I've tried giving things away. I've tried being nice. I'm just going to start being mean. It just seems like the things to do. So thanks, ass faces, for listening to our show. We appreciate it. Wow. I can't imagine if I was like that. That'd be great. Please also support us Thursday nights. Tune in to the Podcast Radio Network. Support the Podcast Radio Network. You can download their apps, the Cranky app, KRYKEY. Tune it to 102.6. And also you can download the TuneIn app. Search for the Podcast Radio Network. We're on Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Also, thank you to our friends at PlayerOneCoffee.com. Type in code DADSThatGame at checkout if you're a first-time user, you can get 5% off your order. Also, check out their new flavor, just announced, Blueberry Bomb. All right. Blueberry Bomb. Bomb. I think it'd be more interesting if you called it Blue Bomber, because it's a video game coffee company, but I'm guessing because of legal reasons, probably. I don't know. Probably not. So, a lot happened this week. A lot happened. We'll get into it. A lot of PlayStation news. Dear God. So, they finally decided to merge. We'll get into it. So, they've been stuck in that lane for a long, long time. Yeah. There's a story behind it, though, and we'll get into it today. Interesting stories about Red Dead Redemption we'll talk about as well. We're not talking about horse testicles this time. Haha. I think we got more hits on that show anyways, just because I used the word horse testicles. So I think
people want to know
exactly.
About horse
I
testicles.
think I just need to find new and inventive hashtags, honestly, to bring people into our show. Like, I don't know, we could just put two random words together, like penis cream. I don't know. You tell me.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe not penis cream with all the events that happened this week in the news. Probably not.
Yeah.
So
probably not that.
Probably need to be more sensitive to the audience. But then again, I'm being an asshole. So F you, America. That's all I got to say. Love you, America. You're the greatest country that I've ever lived in. I've only lived in America, so I don't know if that's true or not. So I don't know. What's the... Well, you know what the great thing about Sweden is, don't you? Mm-hmm. You know what the great thing about Sweden is, don't you?
No.
I have no idea either, but that flag's a huge plus. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right. Woo. All right. There's your dad joke of the week. All right. Let's talk about video games. I'm sure you're not listening in to hear me tell bad jokes and tell you to F off. I don't know. Maybe you're into that. Maybe that's your kink. I don't know. Let's talk about games you can get yourself your hands on, though. Big games. Big old flipping games coming out tomorrow, actually, because it is Monday, the 1st of October. Hey, guess what, Will? It's October. Happy Halloween.
It is, yeah. Well, not Halloween yet, but happy October.
Hey, you know what? We could just not talk, because that's how I feel about October, okay?
You don't like October?
Yeah, no, I love October, but I feel like every day should be celebrated Halloween in October. So if
Yeah,
you,
well, I mean, it kind of is if you think about it, like, because it starts as soon as like today,
right?
You get your 31 days of Halloween on all the channels where horror movies galore and
right.
And
And then
I agree.
Video games too. We have a couple of video games that are starting already.
Doing their Halloween stuff.
Events. Yeah. So we'll talk about it today. But starting as of today, you can get yourself Solomon's Key on Nintendo Switch, NES Open Tournament Golf on Nintendo Switch. That's on the online part. You know what? I'm going to only do the 30 days of the online part for Nintendo Switch. Not a fan. I'll be honest. I thought it was going to be more, and just not a fan. I don't play enough online games on Switch to warrant that service. So if it does change in the future, I may join up, but I'm going to let my 30 days expire, and then that's it. So $4 well spent. Yeah. Balls in your court, Nintendo. But then starting tomorrow, like I said, huge games. I don't even know how you're going to find the time to play these games. Like, honestly. Just amazing games coming out. A lot of games we've been waiting for. Mega Man 11 starting tomorrow. PlayStation 4, PC, and Nintendo Switch. I think that's on Xbox as well. And let me check. It is Xbox One. Yep. So on all platforms coming out tomorrow, Mega Man 11. You can also get yourself Pato Box on the PlayStation Network. I'm guessing that used to be a Vita game. And I guess it's just coming over to the network. So definitely check it out, I guess. I have no idea. You can also get yourself Valtharian Arc Hero School Story on PlayStation 4. It is. It's a mouthful. That is an interesting RPG though. But that's on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch. Let me see if it's on any other platforms. PC as well. Might have been already out on PC. Right. Maybe. You can also get yourself, here's the game everybody's been waiting for with your magic unicorns and everything else. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Finally coming out. Yep, a lot of people are excited about this one. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. Sorry, Switch.
The reviews are already insane. Like it's almost in the 90s on Metacritic at this point. So
getting very high 8s, 9s. 8s and 9s.
People are very happy with it.
I can see why. They said I think the only things I've read negative were they said the fighting kind of gets repetitive a little bit, but they said everything else is just absolutely amazing. So yeah. But I mean that's every game. So I mean there's always going to be somebody's opinion about
something. Yeah.
Right, what's repetitive or what's not. So not a big deal. Also you can get yourself Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise on PlayStation 4. Another big game for Xbox exclusive. There you go, Xbox. You got one. Forza Horizon 4 already getting pretty good reviews actually. So be interesting if you're ever a big fan of racing games or Forza, the Forza games series. There you go. I really don't know what to say. I've played the games before. I've never been like super hardcore into it. Like I've never been a fan that's like, oh God, I can't wait till the next Forza game. I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I've never ever heard a gamer ever say that.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to hear people years ago always talk about how they couldn't wait for the next Gran Turismo game.
Right. Yeah.
But,
and that was,
what I mean? I used to buy those back in the day, you know, talking like PS1, PS2, like back in those days, like those games were amazing, but I don't know. Racing games are fun for a day.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I know they've done so much more with it. I know it's like online and huge open world that you can race through, but I don't know, man. I feel like I know racing games will probably always be out there, but I kind of feel like it's like a dying genre.
Yeah,
almost.
I feel like unless you can use your car to launch it off of things, it's not as fun.
Or run over,
because that's all I ever try to figure out.
Right, or run over a hooker. So
yeah, whatever. Just things like that. Those are the important things in a car game.
Right, car crashes.
You can launch it off of stuff and see how many flips you can do
while landing on the hookers.
Yeah, exactly. Landing on at least one or two hookers. Right. That's the way to do it.
Pretty much. Pretty much. But that's it for October 2nd. This week is going to cover you all the way up until the 7th. So quite a few games you can get yourself a hands on. Freaky Awesome on PlayStation 4. I have no idea what that's about. Freaky Awesome. I don't know. They don't have a picture. It's crazy. Party Crashers coming over to PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Jetto Marrow Hero of the Universe on Nintendo Switch. Wow. It's a third-party game, but it looks actually pretty neat. Vertical Drop Heroes HD on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch is getting too many video games nowadays. I don't know if we've ever talked about that before. Oh yeah, almost every single episode. Yeah, sorry, my bad. You can get yourself Vigilantes on PC on the 4th as well. I don't know, I keep saying the 4th. I'm not switching dates. Animated Jigsaws, Japanese Women. Ooh, animated Jigsaws. I wonder what that game's about. Apparently that's a game. Yeah, Nintendo Switch. That doesn't surprise me at all. There's so many ideas for video games nowadays. I don't understand where they're like, you know what really needs a crossover with video games? Jigsaw puzzles. Yeah. Let's make it happen. Whose brilliant idea was that? Like, I kind of feel like the same way, like, you know, like Farming Simulator. Like, what? Yeah, what if our farmers buying this game? Like, man, I really want to. We really want to know how to farm. Yeah.
The farmer's son, what happens is the farmer completely lies to his kid and never lets him leave the farm, but always brings home the newest Farm Simulator game. Yeah. And he's like, "Really, son? This is what's out there. This is what people are playing."
Yeah, exactly. Like, seriously, it's just a bunch of Farmtown kids just playing this game. Yeah. I don't hate video games. Like, I think any video game that's made is brilliant sometimes, but it's fun to make fun of them sometimes for the ideas that comes up.
That's just silly.
It really just is. I mean, just animated jigsaws. I mean, I can't see myself just being like, wow, I could put together a jigsaw in real life, or I can play it on a video game.
Play it on a game.
Yeah, on a game. Wow.
Sounds like the way you want to do things.
Kind of counterproductive and defeats the purpose of jigsaws altogether. But whatever, to each his own. I really want to know if anybody buys that game. Please email us, send us a message. You can use our chat board on our website. You bunch of bastards, because it's out there. So send us a message. I don't even care if you tell me to F off back. I would love it. I'll read your name on the air next week. So please visit our website, noobsandpros.com, and let us know how you really feel. I really want to know. But also on the 4th, you can get yourself Splash Blast Panic on Nintendo Switch. That is too many syllables, seriously. I don't know what that game's about. It's a third-party game, but it looks pretty neat. You can also get yourself Hardway Party. Actually, that was it for the 4th, and then starting on the 5th, get yourself Hardway Party on the PC. Another big game for all your wrestling fans out there, WWE 2K19 on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, coming out the 5th for you. And then, not to be outdone, but Nintendo Switch is also releasing Super Mario Party on that day on the Switch. It looks amazing. Like, I don't know if you guys ever been fans of the Mario Party games. For me, it brings back a lot of happy memories, because, like, I remember being in college, and me and my roommate used to invite girls and just anybody we could get together, and we used to just play Mario Party, like, all night long. So, and we drink and we have a ton of fun. So, it brings back a lot of happy memories for me, and I think it's a really cool family game too, for those of you that have families now. So, it's really neat to see that they've kind of still incorporated that game over the years and kept it fresh and kept it fun. So, or it could be totally wrong. It could get totally crap reviews and you would hate me for buying it. I don't know. Wait for the review if you don't want to. But I think it'd be a fun game. I think I'm definitely going to get that one for me and my family. But also that's it for the 5th, and then that's it. That is it for the week time that we had. Tune in next week, because there's more flipping video games coming out, and pretty much from now until the end of October, big name tickets coming out.
Yeah. But not only that, but some of these games, I'm only halfway through Spider-Man, and we still have, and now with Assassin's Creed, I don't even know if I'm going to get it. You know, I may wait until like after Christmas when it's like $20.
Yeah. Here's my thought process.
It's just too many expensive things. And too many long games happening.
Right. Exactly. Here's my thought process, and I'm right there with you. I'm not through Spider-Man yet. I still have to finish Spider-Man. I've been getting sidetracked constantly by Destiny 2 just because they keep on adding new things. Yep. I'm in the middle of trying to finish my back catalog. So I've been playing a lot of like Nintendo Switch games I never finished up. Like the South Park, The Fractured But Whole. I still need to finish that one. Haven't finished Xenoblade. I've been playing a ton of Fortnite. So I've been keeping busy, but my problem is because my work schedule is overwhelming my life right now. I have not had time to do anything. Yeah. So I still have so much to play and so little time to do it, and I've still had a cold. Thus the reason my voice sounds like this, and you guys can't hear it because I'm muting, but I am coughing constantly. So I promise not to cough in your ear. I do promise, but it's been a lot. And I do agree with you because I think honestly, like I think I may just wait until Black Friday or until Cyber Monday or whenever it is when the games go on sale and just grab it then because it's going to be $20-$25 off.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed games get cheap really fast.
Yeah, they do. Wow, because they release one every flipping year. Yeah.
Exactly. So there's no point in getting it right this second when at the end of this month, by the time I'm done with Spider-Man, it'll be time for Red Dead, and then I'll be deep in that, and then
that's my problem is because because I already told myself I'm going to go from Spider-Man to Red Dead, and it's not that I don't like Assassin's Creed. I love it, but I haven't even played the last one. Right. So, and I own it. And I haven't even played it. I haven't even opened it. I think it's still in its cellophane.
I was just watching the video review on IGN just to actually look at the gameplay. Yeah. And it looks,
pretty similar.
Yeah, I understand they added new things and it's more of an RPG, but it looks exactly the same as last year's game. Like, exactly the same.
Well, they've done that before. They honestly just tweak this and tweak that, and then they just have a formula.
And I think that's what they did. It was like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And, I know this world's even bigger than last year's, and this one has more, like I said, more RPG elements, but it just looks like the same game. So more exciting to me is the fact that, like Red Dead, it's been how many years? What, like 10 years or something
10.
Since like
the last one? Yeah.
Since the last one? Yeah, that's much more on my radar than another Assassin's Creed game.
I agree. Right I agree with you full-heartedly. I totally agree with you because I know for a fact I'm going to finish Spider-Man. By the time I finish Spider-Man, Red Dead will be out. I'll play Red Dead until Fallout 76. That's the rest of my year. So and then just little fillers in between here and there, but those are the major.
Those are the big ones for the rest of the year.
Yeah, those are my major ones that I'm gonna.
They're gonna
really
take
focus
up
on.
all of our time,
right?
All of our gaming time rather, and then that's gonna push us to next year. And next year, it's like holy jeez, come January, what is it? Not Evil Dead. Why do I keep wanting to say anything that has to do with dead stuff?
What was it? The PlayStation one? I don't know. There's too many games. There's too many.
Shut off, but it's okay.
It's okay. The Last of Us 2. I don't know. There's a lot of crap.
So many. Like all the ones in March are in. I can't even think. Like there's just too many games.
Yeah.
That are all coming
the one thing I would say
after each other.
Well, the one thing I would say about this year is this year has not lacked for any AAA games. Like. I remember, I can think of some years where it's like there's been big gaps or big, holes between like AAA game releases. This is one year I can remember where it's been like, I would say steady, like maybe every 3 to 4 months. And I don't think that's slowing down because
we didn't have the big lull like we normally do from like June to like October. Usually it's like a big window of that much time where you're kind of bored.
Right.
And this time, this year, it was like,
it's
constantly something to play.
Yeah. I would say maybe, summer did slow down a little bit, but thanks to Nintendo Switch and all the third-party support, it really hasn't, though.
There was still so much.
A ton of stuff. So, yeah, I feel you. I have the same problems, and obviously, when you're older...
Oh, and I was thinking of Resident Evil 2, like the remake.
Oh, yeah, January. Yeah,
that's in January. Yeah. So I'm super excited for that.
Right.
Seems like it's going to be pretty scary, even though I know the story.
There's been a lot of stories on that lately. I've been reading about how it's not even the original Resident Evil 2. It's like a totally different kind of version of it, and I think that's
like
going to be amazing.
It's going to be a different spin, but yet it's going to feel familiar if you played the original, but yet it's going to take you in different paths than the original did because of the way that they wanted it to do it, so that if you're playing one person and then you play the other person, you're not just constantly retreading the same ground like you did originally.
That sounds amazing.
So, yeah, I'm so excited. Just going to be a very long game, I'm assuming.
I've already spent the $900 they want me to, so.
You got the typewriter already waiting.
I got the typewriter version already pre-ordered from Japan.
Nuts, you nuts.
Just gotta wait. yeah, right. So, but let's talk about the news because there is a lot to cover today. A lot of interesting stories that popped up. PlayStation had a ton of stories. Dear God. Interesting thing about Microsoft today too. We'll get into that. Some news about Google's new Project Stream service. Maybe if you a-holes would follow our Twitter page, you know about that as well. So yeah, just throwing it out there. I'm here for you, and you guys are never there. I just want to talk. That's all I want to do. Just want to talk. Just say hi. That's all I'm saying. Go to the website, say hi. So that's all I'm saying. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just go. But let's start off with the news. Obviously, it's October 1st, and you know what that means. Time for some free video games. Now, please don't kill me when I say this first video game, because I was correct. They've killed the game. They're not supporting it with any more downloadable content. There's no I don't even know if there's there is online. I don't remember what they said about it, but there's no more
to have online.
There's online support, but there's no more DLC. There's no more patches or anything like that planned in the future for it. Is what they said. So
the game is dead in the water.
Yeah, the game is what the game is pretty much what I'm saying. Yeah, but Friday the 13th, the game is part of the PlayStation Plus this month. Obviously, their Halloween theme, which is appropriate. It's not a horrible game per se. It's just it doesn't work the way that it should.
Right.
I'll let you figure it out, because if it's free, I would definitely say go get it. It's a fun party game too. I mean, if you have multiple friends that you want to play with, so you can play, what was it, up to 7 or 8 camp counselors versus Jason. So it's like a 7, 8, 9 player game, I think, roughly. So don't hold me to that, but I know there's multiple players, more than 4 or 5. Also, you can get yourself Laser League. Fun little multiplayer game if you're ever getting into that. Not to be outdone, Xbox Games with Gold. You can get yourself Overcooked starting today, and then starting on the 16th, you can get yourself Victor Vran. Probably mispronouncing that. Vran. And I run so far away. All right, I'm gonna stop because I don't have the voice. So, and copyrighted Flock of Seagulls. Thank you, Google. We appreciate it. Thanks, YouTube. We know. So if I get one more email about that crap, I swear to God. So yeah, one of those, hey, you don't have to remove your video, but just so you know, this is copyrighted. Yeah, I know. That's why I made it public, not private, a-holes.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah, they're pretty big about that. So apparently that service is kind of dying. Not surprising, though. But let's talk about Halloween, obviously. My favorite season. Swear to God it is. I love Halloween. I don't know what it is. Maybe just murderers. People killing each other. Just smell of fresh blood in the air. I mean, it just makes me just tingly all over when I think about it. Although I am very sadistic. But Overwatch, for all you Overwatch fans out there, will see the return of the now annual, apparently, Halloween Terror event with Blizzard. They've confirmed a date, which is October 9th. And basically this time of the year, you can get yourself Halloween-themed skins. They've had a lot of fun ones, like over the past year or so. They've had Dr. Junkrat, where he was like a mad scientist. They've had Roadkill be Frankenstein. I mean, there's just a ton of them. So there was a lot of cool Halloween skins, and yeah, this is the time of the year that you can only really get those. So definitely jump in on that. The other thing I want to talk about Overwatch as well. I don't know if you got this email, but Overwatch is hooking up with Kellogg's. So if you are a fan of Cheez-Its and Famous Amos cookies and Pop-Tarts, and you like shopping at Target, from now, I don't know when it starts, so don't hold me to it, but I just got the email today indicating that if you buy these products, you can get in-loot boxes in Overwatch for buying Pop-Tarts and Cheez-Its. Huh. So, yeah. That was the part where I coughed, Will. This is the part where you fill in, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah. So if there's random pauses of silence, that's me coughing.
All right. Yeah.
I have no voice today. I'm sorry. But let's talk about PlayStation PSX. Hey, I'm really excited for PlayStation Experience. Will, are you?
Wait for the PlayStation Experience.
I cannot wait for 2018 PlayStation Experience. Oh, hold on. It's canceled. Not happening. It's done.
It's very done.
That's another pause you need to fill in for, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, so PlayStation announced that the PlayStation Experience this year, they don't feel they had enough to announce to warrant a whole event, which makes sense. And honestly, like, this is my opinion of it. I don't think, I mean, they pretty much hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
They've already announced all their every game that's coming out between now and pretty much next year. I mean, they have huge games still coming out. Obviously, you know, The Last of Us 2 and what's the other one that they've been working on too? The one where it's like motorcycles and zombies and
Days Gone.
Days Gone. Yeah. So they've already announced really all their information that they've really. I mean,
they can't keep redoing the same crap over and over again. You know what I mean? Just showing you 5 minutes more footage, unless of course it's Death Stranding. I mean, that's really the only game they can always keep showing you 5 minutes more footage.
Right. You know? Well, not really more footage, just more random trailers that make no
that's what I mean. It has
sense.
Nothing. It might not even really be part of the game. This might all just be a lead up to them just rickrolling us. You know, I feel like that's what's happening.
That would be the best Rickroll ever. Seriously.
Ever.
Like Kojima comes out and he's like, "Hey guys," he's like, "the announced date is," and then just Rick Astley, "Never gonna give you up." I would laugh. I would laugh so hard.
It would just be the best, and then people murdered him.
Right. Kojima dies today after Rickrolling a crowd. Yeah. I could see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't think they. I mean, obviously, people were like, "Well, what about PlayStation 5?" I don't think they're going to do it at PlayStation Experience. That's more. It's more of like an E3 thing.
Always.
Yeah.
Like literally always.
Yeah. So I would say.
I think that's what they're waiting for. They don't have anything new to announce
until E3.
They don't want to show any more of the same games.
Right.
So they're just saying, you know what? Oh, we're not going to do this. Not going to waste their money, and instead, come E3 next year. Boom. Hey, here's the PlayStation 5 or whatever they're going to call it. Here's when it's coming out, you know, this November.
Right.
And that's it. You know, I'm going to put money on, well, we'll do a nice friendly bet. $5.
Sure.
Says the game that the system comes out next year in November.
I would agree with you, and then I would also probably add $5 onto that too, with Cyberpunk 2077 being like a release title. Yeah.
Yep.
I could see that.
There was a leaked something from a European magazine that says that it's releasing next year.
Yeah, so I could definitely see it. I could see that they would say PlayStation 5 plus,
because
Cyberpunk.
If they did that, if the PS5 came out and, you know, or whatever we want to call it, but they came out and then at the same time on that new hardware, which will be more powerful, is Cyberpunk. You know, I'm sure they'll say it's also playable on PS4 because they did say it would work with current gen.
Sure.
So they'll probably make it like upscaled for, you know, the next gen.
The only thing,
or just more towards PC style graphics. They're running it now.
Right. The only thing I hope that they don't do is this 2-platform.
Yeah, the gimping that they did when PS4 came out.
Well, like the PS3 to PS4 debacle, because it was like there's a ton of great games that came out at the end of the life cycle on PS3, like such as Grand Theft Auto 5 and The Last of Us, and then they really got overshadowed because they were at the end of the life cycle, so nobody really cared, and then everybody was focused on PS4. PS4 came out, and they're like, well, these were really great games, so we're just going to do like a remastered version, and that's $60 more bucks. I really hate that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's kind of. It's kind of how I feel about like Nintendo Switch right now. It's like Nintendo Switch is amazing, right? But it's just like, hey, let's port this over to Switch. So, not a fan. I just when you spend $60 the first time, it should be good enough. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So, my opinion, once again.
Okay.
But don't count PlayStation out. Obviously, they're gonna host the PlayStation Awards. It's gonna be held December 3rd. They're going to recognize titles for the PlayStation format. Basically, I don't know what the PlayStation Awards has been. It's been a while since they've had a PlayStation Awards, isn't it? So
I don't know. I don't remember last year.
They didn't do it. I think they only do it every so often.
Experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they only do PlayStation Awards every so often. So this is. I was reading an article and I think they said that they do it every like 4 to 5 years. I think so. It's like the Olympics.
Every 45 years.
4 to 5.
Oh,
I have a sore throat. I'm sorry. So. Considering the fact the company's only been around like 45 years.
Yeah,
so,
they did it right when they first launched, right. And then now.
No, they were opened up in 1946, Sony was.
Wow.
So, I'm trying to, how old was that? Like 60, 65,
and even back
66?
then, they already knew. They knew that in the 90s, they would release something called the PlayStation.
I'm sure, yes. They worked with Nintendo, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Nintendo was around. Nintendo's been around for over 100 years, so
they used to be like a toy mahjong, like sell mahjong tiles.
Right,
and stuff
then
like
they
that
went to a toy company, and now they made video games. So, so I'm sure that happened. We'll just go with that. But the funny part is that actually Greg Miller, he posted this on his Twitter feed that he said that after the press conference on Saturday, after the Game Awards, Kinda Funny would be more than happy to do a game showcase. And he actually told all the developers, he's like, you guys want to be a part of this, go ahead and hit me up. So maybe December 8th, they may be having a game showcase as well at Kinda Funny. So go check them out. So always support Kinda Funny. I always really enjoy their personalities, and I think they're actually pretty true to the industry. So I like all those guys. They're really nice. Even though we'll tell you Greg Miller he kind of got brushed off by Greg Miller one time at PAX. Yeah.
Just one time.
Just one time.
I mean, and at the end of the day, he was hosting a party for literally hundreds and hundreds of people.
Sure.
And it was stressful, I'm sure.
Sure.
But I will say he did find time for every girl that wanted to talk. So.
Well, can you blame him? I'm just saying he was
at
that time he wasn't married, so of course he did. Yeah, now he's married, so I guess you could probably have a conversation with him now.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Yeah, next time you see him,
it's all good. And I learned that there's other people out there that you can meet and talk to. Like the guys from Rooster Teeth. Those guys were awesome. Yeah. They hung out with us all night.
Yep.
Were very, very chatty, had lots of cool things to say.
Very cool.
It was that was a really cool experience. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. Take that, Greg Miller. So, but moving on, obviously, Microsoft in the story, finally for some good this time, they went ahead and announced this week that they're going to go ahead and bring back their annual game show. XO during the Xbox stream is when they announced this, but it used to be held. The Expo actually used to be held annually in the 2000s before Microsoft they stopped it. Well, I don't remember why they stopped it. It was because the acquisition of Rare at the time and the original Fable and Halo 2 on the 360. And then they just stopped it. But Phil Spencer himself announced it, and he promised this isn't just a glorified Inside Xbox episode. He said it's actually going to be a physical event held in Mexico City. They're going to broadcast on Mixer. I think other places as well, but it's honestly primarily probably a Mixer just because that's their thing. He said there's going to be big announcements from first-party and third-party developers alike. It's going to be held on November 10th, so coming up next month. I honestly think they'll probably announce their next system at this thing. All signs are kind of pointing to that at this point. I'm guessing they're probably going to announce their streaming system. I don't know about the next Xbox.
Yeah.
But I think their next streaming system. And the reason I say that, and I'm going to skip over our next PlayStation story, I'll come back to it here, but the reason I say that is because Google, as of today, they announced they're putting out their streaming services. It's called Google's Project Stream. It's going to let you play AAA games in Chrome, thanks to services like NVIDIA, GeForce Now, and PlayStation Now. It says the game industry has experimented a lot with, obviously streaming video games over the internet. It's getting better and better. So now Google's finally doing it. You can sign up. It doesn't mean if you sign up, it doesn't mean you're going to get in. Just keep that in mind. Right. But you can sign up as of today. I put the link on our Twitter page, so go find it, a-holes. So I don't know how long I can keep on getting away with calling our audience a-holes. If I read
at least until somebody complains.
Right. When I read the the actual message board that we left on there, I guess I'll find out real quick. But they put the link on there. All you have to do is verify your email address and your age. Then they send you an email and you just verify it that way. And it tells you straightforward. It says, thank you for your interest. We'll let you know as soon as possible. The cool thing about that streaming service, though, is as a Kickstarter, to get people in the U.S. to test drive the service, they're actually going to let you play Assassin's Creed Odyssey for free starting October 5th. So that's come cool. Friday. So actually, I signed up today because it just opened up today. All you need is an internet connection of 25 megs or higher and a desktop, laptop, or with Google Chrome is the minimum requirements. So I'm pretty sure everybody has that unless you're kicking out that 15 megs a second. Sorry, kids. There's faster internet speeds. I hate to break it to you. Your parents have been lying to you. They just don't want to pay more. It just, I think it'd be really cool to actually get into that program. So if I get in, I'll let you know. Obviously, I'll be on cloud 9 because I would love not to have to buy a video game and be able to play it for free like that. Right.
That'd be cool.
But this kind of, I wanted to talk about this for a while because this is a trend that ever since E3, they've been talking about this. And honestly, that kind of ties back into this Microsoft event. Microsoft has already been in development with NVIDIA and Intel developing a stream box. I honestly think at Microsoft Experience, we can maybe, this is just my hypothesis, I think maybe they would announce a streaming service.
Yeah. Maybe.
So, because, I mean, if you think about it, they already have their, if you go to a Microsoft store, you can get the Xbox, you can get, Microsoft Game Pass and the online service, all for the monthly subscription cost now. What would be the next step? A streaming box. Right. So I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint Microsoft sometimes. It really is, because it's like every time they say they're going to do something, either they do it half-assed or they just don't do it. So I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
I feel like you said, I feel like it definitely could happen.
Yeah.
And I think it could potentially be cool, but at the same time, any of these online streaming services, my issue is that you never really own anything.
Sure.
You never really, and I'd always be kind of wary about how does my save works? How do my save files work? How do I,
cloud saves.
What happens, granted, you have your PlayStation and then you have your online, backup. So you do have, if something happened, as long as you didn't fill up your, your backup storage, which I have, and then have to go in and fix. But, it's easy enough. But with cloud-based gaming, it's like you don't have the duality save. You know what I mean? So if something happens,
I get it, but I mean, I think we're thinking too 21st century about that. And what I mean by that is there's been so many advancements and streaming services and cloud saves. Like, I don't think it's as big as a problem as we think it is anymore. Because I get the idea. Like, it's usually people in older generations that have been through negative situations that still hold on to the negative situations and don't let the future, have a chance, because all you can remember is, negatives. I kind of feel like I understand what you're saying completely 100%, because I felt the same way. But I kind of feel like because we've advanced in technology so much, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem that we're making it into.
And you know what? I think I might even change my tune slightly, because the more I think about it, if you think about Steam, you can take your Steam catalog to anywhere, any computer you want, as long as that computer has the power to play those games.
Right.
You can just go, okay, I own my Steam account. I'd actually be more happy with like something like that, like an Xbox, like Steam.
Yeah, just a big old catalog of games that saves forever, and you own it forever. Yeah,
exactly. You own every game you buy. You have now bought the digital rights to that game. You own it indefinitely with your account.
Yeah,
and so as long as you have that account, and as long as you can log into it, all of those games are yours forever.
Right.
But I've uninstalled and reinstalled games, and your saves are still there.
Yeah,
so
you can save them on the cloud. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would agree with you. And like I said, I totally understand the hesitation. But like I said, I think with advancements in technology and server technology and cloud technology, I don't see this being a negative. I really don't.
But are the games going to be played server side, so that way they don't have to give you some kind of box that has a high-end video card in it?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's played, if you're playing the game on somebody else's server and it's running off of their engine on their server, then you can play it on just your TV. You know what I mean? All you need is like an app on a smart TV.
Well, and I mean that's what a lot of things are moving into. I mean, look at PlayStation Now, or look at what even Switch is doing now. I mean, for God's sakes, you're going to be able to play Assassin's Creed via the Switch online. It's starting in Japan, and I guarantee they'll move that over to the West if it's a success.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like
Nintendo likes to keep things for themselves in their countries, though. So
sometimes
I don't know.
Yeah. So, they do, and then they give us cardboard. So yeah. Amiibos and cardboard for everybody in America. All the cool shit over in Japan. Got it.
Yep, exactly.
So
their Switches turn into giant robots. Ours don't.
Exactly. That would not surprise me one bit. Be like, hey, if you did this button plus this button, it turns into a Japanese robot. Be like, son of a bitch.
It's a giant Gundam.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You why not? Sons of bitches, Nintendo, you did it again. So
everybody in Japan got a Gundam.
Right.
I just got a Switch.
I got a rock. Thank you. Appreciate it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Halloween again.
I know. I had to tie it back in. Yeah. But I think it's really, really cool to kind of see this technology, because like, honestly, I'm kind of getting sick of you can call it what it is. I'm sick of the console wars. Like, honestly, like if we have technology, if we have technology to where we can just do this, like we can just stream it to a TV, we can just stream it to a PC or something like that. There is no need to buy a $500 to $600 box that you can only restrict yourself to certain games. Right. Like, I love video gaming. I love the competition. I think it makes it interesting. But honestly, if everybody can still make the same amount of money and we can bring everybody together, why not just do that?
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure shareholders don't feel the same way, and I'm sure that's why it'll probably never happen. But that's just my idea. Like, let's just unite everything. Let's just be one company, and just everybody makes millions of dollars, because you still have to pay for the game if you want to stream it. So, yeah, that's probably never going to happen. So,
right, probably not.
It was a good idea, though. Yeah,
it was fun for a moment.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's go back to PlayStation. This is a big story, obviously, that happened this week that I was very interested in. And then there was a very interesting article. Well, not an article, but he was on episode 308 of the PlayStation Blogcast, which was really, if you haven't listened to that show, it's a really cool show. But PlayStation, as I was stating earlier, they finally moved out of the freaking left lane. And it's going to start with Fortnite, but there's also rumors that this could become the normal. So it sounds like PlayStation, Microsoft, and Nintendo, they're talking. But they're now they put it into beta right now, because obviously they want the online support to be there for their players. But they're now allowing you to cross-play with all Fortnite players. So you no longer have to have multiple accounts, one for Xbox and Nintendo, and then your PC and PlayStation. Epic has also confirmed that starting in November, they're going to bring in a way where you can just merge all your accounts together. So if you have two accounts, like one under Nintendo and Xbox and another under PlayStation and PC, you'll be able to just merge everything together so you can keep all your stuff together. So very cool they're doing that. But to talk about the Blogcast for a minute, Sean Layden, obviously, he's chairman of Sony Worldwide Studios. He said there's multiple reasons why crossplay took so long to implement on PlayStation 4. Enabling crossplay isn't just about flipping a switch and there you go. Like I said on episode 308 of the PlayStation Blogcast, this was on Eurogamer actually, he spoke about the fact that Sony had started to embrace the crossplay future that Microsoft and Nintendo are both presently in and have been for some time. So he said, so we had to look at it from a technical point of view. We want to work with our partners from a business point of view. We also have to make sure that if we enable this, do we have the right customer service support? Do we have the right messaging out there? Do we have all these different things that you have to get in line? Lane said it's a rather ordeal they have to go through in order to get them all set up. So we kind of made fun of this situation before to where it was like, you really don't have to do anything on PlayStation side except for allow the rights. Apparently we are wrong. Apparently you have to go through a lot of crap to get cross-platform going. So I apologize, Sony. There. Yeah. From my heart. I
apologize for you not doing it sooner.
Yeah. Jeez. Nice backhanded compliment there. I'm sure they love us. They're going to have us up next Christmas. It's great. Right. So, yeah, right. I wish. So we're wrong. I would say we're wrong sometimes. We're wrong. Well, I don't know. Not very often. We do our research.
We do do our research.
We do our research. So just a big pile of doo-doo. So
that's our research.
That's our research. So, no, I would just say we've been known to be the dad's voice of the video game industry. I've had multiple compliments indicating like you guys really know your stuff. Because we do research. We honestly, we
really pay attention. We really do things and stuff.
We read articles. We try to talk to everybody we can. We're constantly in contact on Twitter. I am at least asking questions. And I try to get the inside story for the audience, but sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes my mouth writes checks that my body can't cash. It happens. So
it happens.
Yeah.
No.
So I apologize to PlayStation and everybody out there who I thought it was a lot easier to do. Just flip on that switch for cross-platform, and apparently it's not. So there you go. The other thing I really wanted to bring up, and I don't normally do this, but I just had to because I saw this today and I thought it was amazing. I'm going to promote a soap. I don't know if you ever saw this, but if you go to the company, it's www.firebox.com. It's FIREBOX.com. I think you'll have to search for it. I'm not going to give you the price. You can go online and get it. But if you've ever wanted to scrub yourself clean with an N64 cartridge, now you can.
Well, obviously, I always want to do that.
Right. Well, and they also make PS4, Xbox One, and NES controllers as well, but in soap form. So if you've ever wanted to have a soap that supports your gaming lifestyle needs, there you go. Like I said, I don't normally do that, but it was too good not to. Yeah. So the other thing we don't normally do too, we don't normally bring up as well, is we don't really talk about movies. We do talk about video game movies sometimes. I'm still waiting for a good one. This one actually sounds interesting. So I don't know if you guys heard this, but it was reported by THR this week that Ryan Reynolds, obviously Deadpool and a bunch of other movies, he's going to be in a movie which is he's set to play an NPC, a non-playable character, in an upcoming sci-fi action comedy called Free Guy. The movie centers on the character Ryan Reynolds, who realizes he's living in a video game and must stop the developers from shutting down the world. That actually sounds like a video game movie I would be interested in.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
Yeah. So, especially if they make it a comedy, and just Ryan Reynolds is funny in whatever he do. If they let him be quirky and funny, I would say that's going to be a really popular movie. So, We'll see what happens. Last story I want to cover today before we start talking about Red Dead Redemption again, and like I said, we're not talking about the horse testicles. Hello. Hashtag horse testicles. I did not know if you knew this, but Amazon finally announced, we talked about this before. We talked about Amazon got into the video game industry. Yep. They've been developing games. I don't know if they have any games out right now, but they've created an MMO. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
But it's called New World. It's a fantasy MMO centering around the discovery of the new continent. It's a player-centric experience, which players can band together, build castles and other structures, setting quests for another, and of course fighting over territory. They've just announced that they need alpha players. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, yours truly here, all you have to do is you can go to Amazon.com, type in New World Fantasy, And all you have to do to basically is just hit the sign up button. And if you're chosen, all you have to do is click the email me option, because when you go to Amazon, it actually says not available. But when you'll click on email me, if you're chosen, they'll email you, and then you're going to be on the alpha test. That easy.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Amazon making video games.
They do their service so well. Yeah. However, when you hear about like the way people are treated and like how the company runs behind the scenes, I can only imagine like what they would do to developers.
Well, I mean,
they're shackled to desks somewhere.
I would agree with you.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, I would agree with you, because I mean, there's been a lot of articles about pretty much how Amazon is a Chinese sweatshop. It really. Obviously I hate the comparison, I do, but prove me wrong. So I would agree with you. Yeah, I really, it would be interesting to see what they do with their developers. I'm guessing there's probably going to be a pizza and bowling party in their future. So
probably.
Yeah.
Sounds like something that would happen.
Has that joke gotten old yet?
I don't think so. It's just, I mean, maybe sometimes it's poor taste, but in general, I don't think it can get old.
Does anybody even remember the purpose of that joke?
Probably not.
I feel like we've been doing the show so long, and we have so many inside, jokes that we talk about from previous shows, and people are like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
The industry moves fast. If you don't stop to enjoy it, you might miss something.
No, I know, but I feel like people are like, "I'm not going to listen to 119 shows just so I can get the inside
go catch that
joke."
And also, I was just quoting Ferris Bueller, but that's okay.
No, I know you were. It's okay, buddy. I got the reference. It's fine.
But the kids probably won't even get that reference either.
They won't.
I mean, it is fine.
Unless it's Fortnite or Tide Pods, they're just not going to get it. Yeah. So, sorry.
Snorting condoms.
Snorting condom challenges. The condom challenge, dropping condoms of water balloons on their heads. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't even know what you kids do anymore. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
The Russian.
Do they just play? Can we just play video games and not do any of that other stuff?
I'm still waiting for the Russian roulette challenge to catch on. No takers. There's another joke.
Probably good.
Yeah. No takers on that one yet. Yeah. What are you talking about? Have you seen the a-holes that live in this world? Of course it would be good. It's called Darwinism. It needs to happen more, Will. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm just saying we could probably do without a couple of choice characters in this world. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We're going to close out the show today. The store. Yeah, we're going to close out the store.
We're going to close the store.
We're now closing.
Everything's got to go.
Everything's got to go. 50% off. I hate when stores do that. Then they jack up the prices. Whatever. Moving on.
Right.
Red Dead Redemption 2. So obviously with just a little over a month away, I'm excited. I know Will's excited. I still know very little about the game. I kind of have an idea of some of the mechanics and some of the gameplay videos per previous coverage of it and videos and things like that. I have a kind of a basic understanding of the story. But something that has been a big mystery for the last 2 years is this mysterious online mode. So the mode, simply titled Red Dead Online, has been in the back of our minds since the announcement, but Rockstar really hasn't budged on any of the details until now. So Rockstar Games announced that Red Dead Online will enter beta this November after the game launches in October. So like Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar cited the focus on Red Dead Redemption's 2 single player and their struggles with launching and maintaining GTA Online in 2013 as reasons for the staggered launch of Red Dead Online. The thing about Red Dead Redemption Online, I've heard this thing is like 108 gigabytes.
Yeah,
so
huge.
Massive. I don't remember Grand Theft Auto 5 being that big. So I've also heard that Red Dead Redemption 2 may be the first game in a long time to come with 2 Blu-ray discs when you buy it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No way.
That's what I heard.
Crazy.
Yeah, this is what I heard.
Why would they do that though when you know that as soon as you plug it in, you stick it in your PlayStation, it's going to just suddenly say it's downloading and then installing. So
I have a feeling if you don't preload this sucker, you're not going to be able to play it the first day.
Yeah.
Unless you start super early in the morning, and then you can play.
I pay for I pay for really fast internet. Just because it was part of my package deal when I signed up for Comcast. It was like the one like for like people that are streamers and all that stuff. Where I forget what the speed is, but it's more than double what the average person gets.
Right.
And so my games install relatively quickly. But even ones that are like 60, 70, gigs will take like a half hour.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I think my speed's about 150 meg. So I pay for more too. And obviously I wish I had fiber, but it's not my area yet.
Right.
But no, I feel you, man. I honestly, this is just I'm super excited about this game. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to downplay the game at all. But the size of the overwhelming scope and the size of this game sounds insane.
It does. It just sounds ridiculous.
It just sounds just absolutely ludicrous. Like I have no idea at what point in time gaming companies try to one up each other. Like they're like, look at my map. No, look at my map. Look at my map. I just feel like it's like the biggest peeing competition ever. Like honestly, it's like how far away can we pee? And it's like, how big can we make our maps? How big can we make our games? That's fantastic if I had 24/7 to play a video game, but I don't. That's like my biggest thing is like, I love video gaming. It's a passion of mine. It's a hobby of mine. But it's just like, I feel like a lot of these games go way too far. And trust me, I love the fact that you have over 120 hours of content on some of these games. Cough, Witcher 3. But a lot of this stuff is like, I don't have 120 hours where I can just sit on my ass and play your game from start to finish. It's going to take me at least a year just to get through this thing. And by that time, there's going to be 30 or 40 different video games that are going to come out that I'm going to want to play too. So I just feel like I'm in a never winning battle with all this stuff. So, I mean, God bless you. I love all the developers out there. I know you guys put tons and tons of time in there, thousands of hours and thousands of, developing just everything. But it's like, man, I would be okay with a 40-hour video game and let's just call it good. Like, let's just top up at 40 hours and let's just call it good. So after 40 hours, you're pushing it, my friends. That's all I'm going to say. So, and I know not all video games go 40 hours. I mean, a lot of them are 8 to 10, but man, I cannot imagine, just from what I'm hearing about this game, it's just going to be ridiculous. And it is. So, any thoughts on that?
I don't even know what to think at this point. I have such high hopes for this. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I want to just keep my mind open to it because the first game was so good. And, that's one of those ones where I look at it and I go, oh, the same old rose-tinted glasses and all that kind of stuff. But then at the same time, I look at it and I go, no, that's not, that really isn't it, because I've gone back and played the last one and it's still really, really good.
Yeah.
Even now, it's still really, really good.
Right.
Like, it doesn't, like, I mean, the graphics aren't that great, but it's still good enough where I can enjoy it.
Right, for the time it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, we'll have to find out. I have high hopes for this one.
And they've been working on it so long.
Well,
really.
The thing with Rockstar is that, they're like CD Projekt Red. They don't half-ass anything.
No, anything.
Anything. Every game
when they put something out, they know you're going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, they know you're going to like it if you like their stuff.
Right. So if you're,
I guess.
if you're
into, they don't like their stuff, they're not going to make.
If you're into action cursing video games, then yeah, probably not your alley.
Right.
So, but no, like I said, I have nothing but praise for this game. But these are just the stories coming out right now. Is that this is how big it's going to be? I'm excited, but I'm gonna have to free up some space on my PlayStation. Is all I gotta say.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I
don't have 108 gigabytes. Yeah.
Figure out what other games I'm staring at but not playing.
Right. I think I'm rocking probably maybe 25 probably. So if I'm lucky. So yeah, I have a problem. So we've been over that though. Yeah. But I said we just end it, buddy. Yeah, that was all the stories of the week, and
that's everything.
Yeah, let's get out of here. So I'm tired. My voice is tired, and I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me. So
All right.
I don't know. Leave me a message about it, and I'll talk about it with you. See, I tied it back in. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Player One Coffee. Thank you to Podcast Radio Network. Like I said, check out our website, www.noobsandpros.com. Leave us a message on the message board. Love to hear from you. But from Michael Wolf and...
Oh, we're doing this again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody. It's me, Will.
Sorry, threw you off guard there because we haven't done it for a while. We do love you. We'll talk to you later. Have a great week, and go play some video games. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Dads That Game radio podcast. Email us your questions and hate mail to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.